Hey there. Did you know that some of your everyday morning habits might actually be speeding up the aging process? Yep, it's true. You might think you're doing everything right, sipping your coffee, skipping breakfast, or even indulging in a quick morning scroll on your phone. But guess what? These seemingly harmless habits could be making you look and feel older than you are. Stick around as we uncover the 7 surprising morning habits that are secretly adding years to your life, and how to fix them. Aging gracefully is something we all strive for, especially after hitting that big 6-0 mark. We focus on skincare, staying active, and eating right. But what if I told you that some of your morning routines, the ones you've been doing for years, might be working against you? Yup, it's not just about genetics or that occasional slice of cake. Sometimes, it's those small habits that can sneakily age you faster than you'd like. Let's dive into these habits, and you'll be surprised how a few simple changes can make a big difference. Habit 1, skipping breakfast. We've all heard it 1,000 times, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But let's be honest, how many of us, especially after 60, still end up skipping it? Whether it's the rush to get going, the thought that fewer calories mean a slimmer waistline, or just not feeling hungry first thing in the morning, skipping breakfast has become more common than we might admit. However, the reality of this habit is far from ideal, especially as we age. Skipping breakfast might seem like a small, harmless decision, but it can significantly impact your health and well-being in ways you might not expect. Take Linda, for example. At 65, she finds it easier to skip breakfast and just sip on coffee while reading the morning news. She's heard that eating fewer calories helps with weight maintenance, and frankly, she's not that hungry in the morning. Similarly, Jack, at 70, prefers to get his morning walk done before eating, thinking it's more efficient that way. While both Linda and Jack have good intentions, their approach to skipping breakfast may be setting them up for issues later in the day. The common belief that fewer calories in the morning equates to staying slim doesn't quite hold up, especially as our metabolism naturally slows down with age. Here's the thing, when you skip breakfast, your body doesn't just go about its business as usual. Instead, it perceives the lack of food as a signal that resources are scarce. In response, your metabolism slows down, conserving energy by holding onto fat rather than burning it. This phenomenon, often called survival mode, means that instead of losing weight, you might actually find it harder to shed those extra pounds. Moreover, skipping breakfast can lead to low energy levels throughout the morning. Your brain needs fuel to function, and when it doesn't get it, you might experience mood swings, irritability, or just that general sluggish feeling that makes the day harder to manage. So, what should Linda and Jack do differently? The answer doesn't have to be complicated. A simple, nutritious breakfast can make a big difference. Think of options like a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh fruit, a smoothie with a handful of spinach and a banana, or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. These choices provide a good balance of fiber, protein, and healthy fats to kickstart your metabolism and maintain energy levels. After 60, maintaining stable energy and a well-functioning metabolism becomes increasingly important. Skipping breakfast might seem like a minor habit, but over time, it can take a toll on your body and mind. Instead of rushing past the morning meal, take a few moments to nourish your body, your metabolism, mood, and overall health will thank you. Making breakfast a priority doesn't just fuel your body, it sets a positive tone for the entire day. So, the next time you consider skipping it, remember, your well-being is worth those few extra minutes. Habit 2, drinking only coffee on an empty stomach. Coffee, it's practically a morning ritual for many of us. Whether it's the rich aroma that fills the kitchen or that first comforting sip, a morning cup of joe feels almost sacred. But here's a little wake-up call, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, especially after 60, might be doing more harm than good. Let's talk about Mark, a 68-year-old retiree who swears by his morning coffee. Like clockwork, he wakes up, brews a fresh pot, and sits by the window, sipping his coffee while catching up on the news. Breakfast? That can wait. The coffee comes first. Then there's Susan, 63, who also loves her morning cup, convinced that starting her day with caffeine gives her the energy boost she needs. It's easy to understand why Mark and Susan stick to this habit. Coffee is comforting, familiar, and, let's face it, gives that quick jolt to shake off the morning fog. But here's the thing, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can have some unintended side effects, especially as we get older. First off, coffee is highly acidic. When consumed on an empty stomach, it increases stomach acidity even further, potentially irritating the stomach lining. For someone like Mark, who sometimes experiences mild heartburn, this habit could be making it worse. Over time, that acidity can lead to inflammation, gastritis, or even stomach ulcers. Another issue with coffee first thing in the morning is the spike in cortisol levels. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone, and while it naturally rises in the morning to help us wake up, adding caffeine to the mix can push it even higher. This can make you feel jittery or anxious rather than energized. For Susan, who occasionally feels tense after her coffee, this could be the culprit. The good news? You don't have to give up your morning coffee. Instead, try pairing it with a small snack first. Something as simple as a banana or a cup of yogurt can help balance your stomach acidity. These foods act as a cushion, lining the stomach and helping to reduce the harsh effects of caffeine. For Mark, adding a slice of whole grain toast with a bit of almond butter made a noticeable difference. He still enjoys his coffee but without that uncomfortable burning sensation. Susan found that a small bowl of oatmeal before her cup helped her feel more grounded and less on edge. It's perfectly fine to love your morning coffee, but it's essential to consider how you start your day. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach might feel like a convenient habit, but it can impact your digestive health and stress levels, especially after 60. Making a small adjustment, like eating a light snack beforehand, can allow you to enjoy your coffee without sacrificing your comfort or well-being. Your morning routine sets the tone for the day. Why not make it a bit kinder to your stomach? Your coffee ritual can still be enjoyable, just with a little more balance. Habit 3, not drinking water right after waking up. Picture this, your body is like a well-loved garden. Overnight, it's been left unattended, absorbing nothing but the remnants of yesterday's hydration. Now imagine skipping that essential morning drink. It's like leaving your plants without water after a long, dry night. That first glass of water isn't just refreshing, it's crucial, especially as we get older. Take Paul, for instance. At 62, he starts his mornings with a quick cup of coffee, then dives into his day. Hydration? That's something he catches up on later. Similarly, Margaret, at 68, doesn't feel particularly thirsty when she wakes up, so she just moves on with her routine. While this might seem harmless, both Paul and Margaret are unknowingly putting their bodies through unnecessary stress. After a night of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. You've gone several hours without water, yet your body has been busy regulating temperature, circulating blood, and repairing tissues. When you wake up, your cells are practically begging for hydration. Ignoring that need can have consequences beyond just feeling a bit parched. One of the most noticeable effects of morning dehydration is how it shows on your skin. Without enough water, skin can become dry, dull, and lose its natural elasticity, a combination that can make fine lines and wrinkles more pronounced. Over time, dehydration can make your skin look tired and older than it really is. But it's not just about appearances. Dehydration also impacts your body's internal functions. After 60, staying hydrated becomes even more crucial as the body's ability to retain moisture decreases. Starting your day without that vital glass of water can lead to sluggish digestion, slower metabolism, and even brain fog. No wonder Paul often feels a bit groggy well into the morning. The good news? Fixing this habit is straightforward. Just start your day with a tall glass of water. Adding a slice of lemon not only enhances the flavor but also gives a small dose of vitamin C, which can help kickstart your metabolism and support your immune system. Margaret discovered that keeping a glass of water by her bedside made it easy to hydrate first thing. Paul found that sipping water while brewing his coffee became a simple but effective habit. Making morning hydration a priority helps you feel more alert, improves digestion, and keeps your skin looking fresher. Plus, it's an easy win for your overall well-being. Skipping water first thing in the morning might seem minor, but for those of us over 60, it's a habit worth breaking. Your body has been working hard all night, and offering it some hydration right away sets the stage for a more energetic and balanced day. Instead of reaching straight for caffeine, try hydrating first. Your body, skin, and mood will thank you. After all, you wouldn't let your plants dry out, would you? Treat your body with the same care. Start your day with water. Habit 4, not stretching or moving your body. Let's face it, mornings can feel like a bit of a struggle, especially as we get older. Getting out of bed sometimes feels like completing an Olympic event, and once you're up, the thought of stretching might seem like more effort than it's worth. Instead, many of us go straight from bed to the breakfast table, skipping any sort of movement altogether. But here's the truth, neglecting morning stretches can leave your body feeling stiff, sluggish, and older than it actually is. Take Tom, for example. At 65, his typical morning routine involves rolling out of bed, grabbing a cup of coffee, and sitting down to watch the morning news. Moving? Stretching? Not really on his mind. Then there's Linda, who, at 70, finds her joints feeling increasingly tight each morning, but she just pushes through without much thought. What Tom and Linda don't realize is that skipping even a few minutes of morning stretching can make a big difference in how they feel throughout the day. As we age, our joints naturally lose flexibility and our muscles tend to tighten. This makes stiffness a common companion in the morning. Without movement, circulation remains sluggish, and your body feels more fatigued than it should. When you skip stretching, your joints don't get the lubrication they need to stay flexible. The synovial fluid that cushions your joints thickens when you're inactive, especially after a night of sleep. This means that when you finally do get moving, your body feels stiff and achy, making simple tasks feel more challenging. Skipping morning movement also slows your blood flow, which can make you feel groggy or mentally foggy. It's like trying to start a car that's been sitting in the cold all night, it just doesn't run as smoothly without warming up. This is why Tom often feels sluggish well into the morning, even after his coffee. Incorporating some gentle stretching as part of your morning routine doesn't have to be complicated. Think of simple movements like reaching your arms overhead, bending forward to touch your toes, or gently rotating your neck. These actions help wake up your muscles and get your blood flowing, setting a positive tone for the rest of your day. For Linda, adding a few simple stretches while still in bed, like pulling her knees to her chest or doing ankle circles, has made a big difference. Tom found that doing a light stretch while his coffee brewed helped him feel more alert and less stiff. It might be tempting to skip stretching and go straight to your morning routine, but a few minutes of movement can drastically improve how you feel throughout the day. Especially after 60, staying flexible and keeping blood flowing helps maintain mobility and energy. So, before you rush to breakfast, give your body the gentle wake-up it needs. Your joints will thank you, and your day will start on a more positive, energetic note. It doesn't take much, just a little stretch can go a long way. Habit 5, checking your phone first thing. Imagine this, you've just opened your eyes, and before your feet even touch the floor, your hand instinctively reaches for your phone. Social media notifications, emails, news alerts, it's all right there, waiting to flood your mind. It feels almost automatic, doesn't it? For many of us, starting the day by checking our phones has become a routine. But here's a reality check, this seemingly harmless habit might be doing more harm than good, especially as we age. Let's take a look at Carol, 65, who admits that her phone is the first thing she reaches for every morning. She likes to catch up on what she missed overnight, messages from family, news updates, and those irresistible social media posts. Then there's Mike, 70, who likes to check his emails to stay on top of things. They both feel like this habit helps them stay connected and informed. But here's the catch, starting your day this way can set a negative tone that lingers for hours. You might think you're just staying in the loop, but in reality, you're overwhelming your brain before it's even had a chance to wake up. Our brains are wired to react to stimuli, and phones are full of them. Bright screens, buzzing notifications, breaking news, it's a lot to take in right after waking up. For Carol, this means her morning often starts with a sense of urgency or anxiety, even if nothing particularly stressful has happened. Similarly, Mike finds himself mentally organizing tasks before he's even had his first cup of coffee. This instant exposure to information overload can spike cortisol levels, the stress hormone, which isn't exactly the calm, peaceful start your mind and body need. Instead of easing into the day, you're thrown into reactive mode, which can lead to feelings of stress, anxiety, or even frustration. Aside from the mental strain, there's a physical aspect too. When you lean forward to stare at your phone, it puts significant strain on your neck and upper spine. This so-called text neck posture can lead to stiffness and discomfort, making you feel older than you really are. Over time, this habit can contribute to chronic pain or even posture issues, something no one wants, especially in their golden years. What if, instead of immediately reaching for your phone, you gave yourself a few moments to truly wake up? Carol started incorporating light stretching into her routine before checking her phone. Mike now takes his coffee outside to enjoy the fresh air before diving into emails. These simple changes made them feel more grounded and less rushed. Consider starting your morning with a mindful practice. Light reading, a few minutes of meditation, or just sitting quietly while enjoying your coffee can create a calmer, more positive mindset. It's about allowing your brain to wake up naturally without the flood of digital distractions. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling that phone checking is essential first thing in the morning. But by allowing yourself a little breathing room before diving into the digital world, you can set a more peaceful tone for the rest of the day. Your mind deserves a gentle start, and your body will thank you for skipping that morning neck strain. So tomorrow morning, try leaving your phone on the nightstand for just a few extra minutes. Your mood, and your neck, will appreciate the change. Habit 6. Neglecting sun protection. Picture this, it's a beautiful morning. The sun is just starting to peek over the horizon, and you're ready for your morning walk or to enjoy your coffee on the porch. You think to yourself, I'll put on sunscreen later, it's not that bright out yet. But here's the catch, UV rays don't operate on your schedule. Skipping sunscreen, even for just a few minutes outside, can have long-term effects on your skin, especially as you age. Meet Janet, a 64-year-old who loves taking her dog, Max, for a walk every morning. She rarely thinks about sunscreen because the early sun doesn't seem that harsh. Then there's Robert, 70, who enjoys gardening in the soft morning light without worrying about sun protection. Both assume that because the sun isn't blazing, it's not harmful. The reality? Ultraviolet, UV, rays are present from the moment the sun rises. Even on cloudy or cooler mornings, these rays penetrate the atmosphere and reach your skin. In fact, UV exposure can happen anytime it's daylight, not just during peak sunny hours. For Janet and Robert, this means their seemingly harmless routines could be exposing their skin to damage without them even realizing it. One of the most common misconceptions is that early morning sun doesn't cause harm. Unfortunately, this couldn't be further from the truth. Cumulative sun exposure over time can lead to premature aging, including fine lines, wrinkles, and age spots. For someone like Janet, who spends 20 minutes walking every morning without protection, those daily doses of UV add up. Beyond aesthetics, the risk of skin cancer also increases with unprotected sun exposure. Skin cancer doesn't just develop from intense, sunburn-inducing exposure. It can also arise from consistent, mild exposure that you don't even notice. For Robert, who spends time in his garden without sunscreen, this means he's putting himself at risk, even when the sun feels gentle. The good news? Protecting your skin doesn't have to feel like a chore. Janet started keeping a bottle of lightweight, broad-spectrum SPF near the door, making it easy to apply before heading out. Robert found a moisturizer with SPF that works for his routine, applying it after his morning shave. These simple changes not only keep their skin looking younger but also reduce long-term risks. Choosing a lightweight, non-greasy sunscreen makes it more likely you'll stick to the habit. Look for formulas labeled broad spectrum to ensure you're protected from both UVA and UVB rays. Whether you're heading out for a walk, gardening, or just enjoying your morning coffee on the porch, a quick application can make all the difference. Neglecting sunscreen in the morning might feel like a small oversight, but over time, it can significantly impact your skin's health and appearance. After 60, taking a proactive approach to sun protection becomes even more crucial. Don't let the soft morning light fool you, UV rays are present and powerful. By incorporating sunscreen into your morning routine, you're not just preventing wrinkles or spots, you're actively protecting your skin's health. So, next time you think, "I'll put it on later," remember, the sun won't wait, and neither should you. Your future self will thank you. Habit 7, eating too much sugar in your breakfast. There's something undeniably comforting about starting the day with a sweet treat. Maybe it's a bowl of sugary cereal, a warm pastry fresh from the oven, or even a muffin that's just too tempting to resist. It's easy to see why these choices make it onto the breakfast table. They're quick, tasty, and give an instant energy boost. But here's the downside: loading up on sugar first thing in the morning can do more harm than good, especially as you age. Take Mary, for instance. At 65, she enjoys a bowl of sweet cereal topped with fruit. It's become part of her morning routine. Then there's John, who's 72 and loves his morning pastry with coffee. Both find these breakfasts satisfying and believe they're starting their day right. The problem is that while these choices may seem harmless, they can have a significant impact on both appearance and health over time. When you consume too much sugar, especially first thing in the morning, it triggers a process called glycation. Simply put, glycation occurs when sugar molecules bind to proteins in your body, including collagen. Collagen is responsible for keeping your skin firm, smooth, and elastic. When glycation happens, it weakens collagen and elastin fibers, making your skin more prone to sagging and wrinkles. For Mary, this means that despite her diligent skincare routine, her complexion appears duller than she'd like. John has noticed his skin looking a bit more tired lately, but he hadn't connected it to his sugary morning habits. The truth is, sugar in your breakfast can accelerate the visible signs of aging. Aside from affecting your appearance, sugary breakfasts can lead to energy crashes later in the morning. Initially, they spike your blood sugar, giving a quick burst of energy, but soon after, your levels drop, leaving you feeling sluggish and hungry again. This pattern not only affects your energy but can also contribute to weight gain over time. For those over 60, maintaining stable blood sugar is particularly important. Rapid spikes and drops can impact mood, concentration, and even increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. That muffin or sugary cereal might seem like a comforting choice, but the long-term consequences make it worth reconsidering. The good news is that you don't have to give up a satisfying breakfast. Choosing balanced options that include protein, fiber, and healthy fats can help keep your blood sugar stable, support skin health, and keep you feeling fuller for longer. Mary found that switching to oatmeal with a handful of nuts and a sprinkle of cinnamon gave her that touch of sweetness without the sugar overload. John now enjoys whole grain toast with avocado and a poached egg, which helps him feel energized throughout the morning. It's easy to get caught up in the convenience and taste of sugary breakfast foods. But as we get older, it becomes even more important to start the day in a way that supports both our health and appearance. By swapping out those sugary options for more balanced choices, you'll not only feel better but look better too. Next time you're about to reach for that sweet cereal or pastry, think twice. A balanced breakfast can make all the difference, helping you maintain vibrant skin and steady energy levels throughout the day. Your body will thank you for making the healthier choice. Now, be honest, how many of these habits did you catch yourself doing? Don't worry, we've all been there. It's not about being perfect, it's about making small, manageable changes. Plus, who knew your morning coffee ritual could be aging you? Let's give ourselves a break and start making choices that keep us feeling young and vibrant. Aging gracefully isn't just about fancy skincare products or extreme diets. Sometimes, it's as simple as tweaking your morning habits. By making these small changes, you'll not only look younger but feel more energized and vibrant throughout your day. So, which habit are you going to change first? Let me know in the comments below. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with your friends who might still be making these aging mistakes. And of course, subscribe to our channel for more insights on living your best life after 60. See you in the next one. Stay young, stay happy.